my friend Gwen sent me this article, and I immediately read it and thought, I can't believe I haven't thought of this. Because I say some of these things, but then I thought, oh gosh, I may be wrong, and so I need to make sure that I'm not an idiot. And so, and those aren't mutually exclusive here. So I'm just going to read you a couple of things. It's an article by a guy named Pete Ross. Now listen, I don't know anything about Pete. I never met Pete. I don't know Pete. And so Pete may be the worst guy ever. I don't think so. He's probably a great guy too. He may be just fine. I don't know Pete Ross, so partridge in a pear tree. But here's what the article talks about, and it's fascinating. Just a quick snippets. In 2020, outrage is the latest drug of society. It's more acceptable than alcohol. It's more addictive than anything you can swallow, smoke, or inject, because while heroin and meth are clearly harmful, anger feels so righteous. After all, it's the other political party that's ruining the world. Their supporters hate America. People are too selfish. We're not doing enough for the poor. We're not doing enough for the 1%. Women don't have enough rights. Men don't have enough rights. Those people are racist. That group doesn't even recognize their privilege. And on and on. And he goes to write, we love being angry because it makes us feel smart. That reminds me of an article that a guy named Dr. Stoney wrote in Psychology Today, I think it was a year or two ago. Anger, we blame somebody when we get angry because it sets off our adrenaline. And we have to have adrenaline for fight or flight. And you can become addicted to that anger. When you get angry, it makes you feel smart. It makes you feel a little bit of power, which you need in a moment if you're going to take off sprinting, if you're going to turn and fight a bear. And it tells us that we're the ones that need to be in charge, right? That we call someone out, or worse, we try to ruin their careers because they deserve it, because I'm right, and. And outrage sells like crazy because it's a strong emotion, and strong emotions force people into action. That's why political parties, instead of just solving problems, which nobody will do, instead of solving problems, they whip their supporters into a frenzy. I'm still reading here. Whip their supporters into a frenzy of anger against whatever other side is. Corporations are now getting involved. They weaponize your outrage to sell their products. Now, you all know my thoughts on technology, how they create these ecosystems, right? And I'm a part of it. I get it too. Feel free to move right on, right? But this is a thought I hadn't considered before. Now, here's what he writes. Now, rather than get on my high horse and tell you that you're being played for a fool and you should stop participating in the media, blah, 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 I just want to ask one question. How is this working out for you? Has constantly reading, liking, retweeting, or commenting your outrage made your life any better? Has it helped any of the injustices that you're actually trying to fight? What's it actually doing for you? Has it helped you earn more work, be better with your family? Has it made you more fulfilled? Has it helped solve the insanity of systemic racism and poverty and hate and political divide? Has it helped? He writes, my guess is it's just made you even more pissed off and angry. So he ends it with, here's a better idea. What if we use that time and energy to actively better your life and the lives of those around you? If you don't do that and keep being outraged by everything, your anger is going to consume you. Or if somebody says something outrageous that you disagree with, don't give them smoke. Don't give them the fire. Simply go outside and serve somebody. Simply go outside and join the march, the peaceful protest. Simply go outside and invite someone to your house who's hungry. Be about these solutions, not outraged by them. Now, here's the thing. He ends with this. It's important to remember that, yes, there are more injustices than you can shake a stick at. You all know me well enough. There is so much disgust and evil and ugliness out there over and over and over and over. But thumbs downing something or mean comments just simply aren't helping. If you want to take somebody's power away, take their voice away. Just walk away. Because you know what? If the injustice machine, if the outrage machine doesn't get the clicks, they'll stop putting the stories up. They'll stop. It'll just end because they're not getting anything, right? So I hadn't thought of this idea that outrage is ruining people's lives in this direct way. And outrage is important. When you see something disgusting, you got to step up and you got to step in. But I don't know if media fights, media screaming is the way to do it. And I've gotten suckered into this the last year, especially through the political season of, going to war and being loud. And I've got away from some of my core principles, which are, I'm going to love local. I'm going to take care of the people in my community, and I'm going to go out of my way to make sure people are in my sphere are taken care of. And I hope that when you feel anger rise up in you and you recognize that it's pointing you towards something you care about, that your solution is to go get involved and care, face to face, person to person, heart to heart, and not just to join the outrage parade. I love that question. It's from the whole American History X. How is this working out for you? How is this making your life better? It's a great question we should all ask ourselves. And more importantly, how is this helping other people's lives? Those who are suffering these injustices. All right, Gwayne, thanks for sending this on, man. It gives me something to think about. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to email us back or shoot me on the internets at John Delony. You can follow me there.